So my university has a $250,000 pitch competition, and I'm gonna try to win it. I need a few things first. A partner? Check. A product? Yep, I built an app. Check. A team? I have a team. Check. And now we're good. But just one sec. I don't pitch because I'm awkward. And most of all, I hate asking for things like money. Unfortunately, that's all entrepreneurs do. Ask for things. Like money. But I got here anyway. This pitch competition is 2 months long. 50 competitors compete across 3 tracks: general, healthcare, and social impact. That's us. The top 10 teams from each track make it to semifinals, and the top 5 make it to the finals. Keep watching to see if we got there. But first, how did I get here in the first place? I'm just a tech guy. Well, because of her. This is Sarah. She's a great friend. We met in a film class. We hit it off and co-directed a short film for my club, Cast. Then we both quit film and went from co-directors to co-founders of an app called Freebites. It took a year and a half, and that process will be in another video. We launched last year and realized that unlike my other coding projects, releasing an app costs money. So while I've been coding, Sarah's been going around with her project manager, Sristi, and marketing head Alice to raise money and enter our university's $250K competition. But I'm the co-founder. If both co-founders don't show up for the biggest competition of the year, it's a bad look. And that's how I got roped into this. The competition starts with a 31-page application. Ew. I was focused on development and hackathon stuff, so thankfully Sarah handled that part. Results would be announced by email. So Sarah and I met up to open it together and plan our next steps depending on the outcome. Okay, here we go.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I don't know where'd it go. Wait, I lost it.
Wait, that's actually so us. Wait,
I lost it.
Fuck.
Okay,
Okay, here we go.
yeah!
Yo!
We had made it to the semi-finals. Good job, Sarah. For that, we got a $500 cash prize right off the bat, and the opportunity for Sarah and me to give a 5-minute pitch to a panel of judges in the industry. This was a great opportunity, except for one problem. I've never given a pitch before, but we're paying out of pocket for everything, so we kind of need the money, so the pressure was on.
You can't lose.
We can't lose.
Clarence, you can't lose.
No, we can't.
Because it's just gonna be us 2 pitching.
I got like really locked in.
I was beginning to feel the pressure.
I think they should post.
And on top of that, we had to prep for a 5-minute Q&A after the pitch from the panel, something I was pretty nervous about.
They're like attacking, like what's the point of it?
But Sarah seemed confident.
That's why Sristi and Alice will come up for the Q&A.
And as Sarah brought up, we also wouldn't be alone for the Q&A. Our project manager Sristi and marketing head Alice, who had been pitching with Sarah, would be joining us. So now it was time to prep. But first, I should probably introduce what exactly we're pitching. Welcome to Freebites. It's a free food finder app for students in college. I'm in college, and I know everyone out there in college loves going to events for the free food. I also host events on campus, and we always have leftover food. With Freebites, I can take a picture, post it on there, and it'll be gone in 5 minutes. Now I have to turn that into a pitch worthy for a $250,000 competition. Again, I have never pitched before. Look, pitching is a lot. You have to have a hook, good delivery, pacing, good word choice, enthusiasm, a story, and hardest of all, you have 5 minutes to make someone care about something. And that's just like a YouTube video. Hey, I make YouTube videos. So the real question is, how well can a YouTuber do a pitch? Let's write one. Sarah already had an existing pitch deck to use as a basis, but we redid the flow to better suit my own presentation style. When we looked at our competitors' pitch decks, it was most of their first time pitching too, they were full of graphs, designs, market evaluations, business models, and expansion plans. We did not have those numbers, not for a pitch. We focused on something essential for a good YouTube video, a story. YouTube is all about pulling people in first, then dropping the facts when they actually care. With 5 minutes, you have to keep your script simple, or else it'll go so fast, viewers, or in this case our judges, won't know what you're talking about. That defeats the purpose. If the judges understand what you're doing and why they should care, then they will ask the numbers during your Q&A. Because of that, I put my YouTube insights to use for the first half, the hook and the story so far, while Sarah's bright-eyed optimism was well suited for our second half, our impact, expansion plans, and a brief overview of our business model. After 2 writing sessions, I think we had a pretty good narrative going on.
Spoilers for our pitch deck. How do you feel after our second session?
I feel so good. Wait, I feel so good. We're gonna win.
Now, unlike YouTube, you only get 1 shot for a pitch, which means we need a lot of practice. And the practice was going pretty well.
Okay, so we pitched. Okay, first run through, we were definitely reading off our script. Second run through, a little bit better. Third run through, bro, game over. We're actually gonna win.
Yep, I had the entire thing memorized.
Honestly, I was reading off my script.
Okay, maybe a few more run-throughs, but hey, the script was good. I'm not giving the pitch here, nor will I talk about design decisions because I'd be here for an hour. But it boils down to this. We're in the social impact track, so we need to focus on impact. We're also one of the few competitors with an actual released product, so we had a story and actual data to back it up. So we took out everything that did not contribute to that story. No market size evaluations or pricing plans, because we're talking about social impact and all those numbers are made up anyways. I didn't say that. Anyway.
No, we'll lock it. We'll lock it. Yeah, trust.
Yeah, we're locking in.
Clarence is thinking of this as another video idea.
Because it is. I mean, no.
This is Clarence's content.
Yeah, and Sarah,
I'm just doing it for fun.
she's here for the love of the game.
Exactly. I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like every time I pitch, I get so nervous.
Oh.
Like, my hands are so clammy.
Oh.
But then this time, I don't know. I feel good. I feel
Okay,
good.
okay.
Third time's the charm.
Okay. How do you get past the nervousness?
I don't. I'm so fucking nervous.
Fuck. I've never pitched before, bro.
Naturally, the only remedy is practice. We pitched to some folks from my club, Task.
Which went well.
Pitch went well.
My name's Ethan.
Ethan.
Ethan and Ethan sitting in a tree. Oh. I'm a freshman. Get away from me.
This is Nathan, he is my son. I swear he is a wholesome individual, and yes, he just dabbed twice. I didn't film this part, but I got good feedback from the other Freebites technical lead, Johnny. He's also in my hackathon video. I was speaking like I present in YouTube videos, but these judges are older and their brains are not as fried as my target YouTube audience. Johnny suggested that I drop my tone of voice to sound more confident, rather than using the self-deprecating tone from my YouTube videos. Other people we pitched to tended to agree.
Maybe watch it one or two Steve Jobs pitches.
Steve Jobs pitches.
So I took that advice and tried again.
Did you notice that I use a deeper voice?
Kind of. If you look squint.
Yeah. Wait, you can change it.
I tried, okay? Lastly, before semifinals, we were supposed to get a 25-minute coaching session with the university's Entrepreneurship Center. Because of all this practice and feedback, we thought it'd go well.
It's not clear that the animation is helping you. The animation doesn't help you. Like,
We've come a long way, and I've gone from having no clue what I was doing to being able to give a passable pitch. But with that session, it was clear that we had a lot to work to do. But unfortunately, we only have one day left. Do we have enough time to fix our pitch? How well do we stack up against everyone else? If you want to know, subscribe and stay tuned for next week. Thanks for watching.
Oh wow.
Bye.
Transition, yeah.
Bye.
You're like.